ocean, bittersweet magic potion, easy off for your pain.
Like a rain in the summer, ginger root, lemon dower, ease your pain.
Like fresh sheets on a Monday,
keep me warm on Sunday.
Can I ease your pain? Ooh.
Like that first sip of beer, I feel fizzy when you're near. Ease my pain.
Napping fresh out the shower, ginger root, lemon dower, ease my pain.
I'll be your purest escape,
a refuge in your landscape. Can you ease my You'll be my lamp in this shade.
As this song slowly fades,
Can I ease my pain? Can I ease your pain? I will ease your
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Tulikaza mpaka leo tuko hapa jo. Mara mingi sana nilidhani nitazama jo. Back to the bone, mini nani kichwa ngumu jo. I said wake up, shake up. Sorry hizo vaka don't stress me. Right here, right now. Mini najipanga don't vex me. Patience pays her, run that checker. cut them keys, open doors, katunaweza ifanya tutaifanya tena.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
And a good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. A good morning, boys and girls, and a happy Friday. A happy Friday to you. It is the 15th of August. We are smack in the middle. It's not the 15th of August. I'm lying. It is the 22nd. It is the 22nd of August. Na tumesonga. Guys, I can't read the calendar. Uku tukafunzwa, and it's okay. Anyways, they say that learning is a continuous journey, and me, I'm very proud to have potential. You know, they say that that you have capacity to improve. You have the capacity to become a better person if you always have the potential to change and learn. Okay, and that's a beautiful journey. And this particular Friday morning, we have enjoyed the good sounds of Blinky Bill, Anasema, Natakato. I don't know what else he says. That's why. If you ask me what the rest of that song says, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I just like the vibe. I was not paying attention to the rest of it. Lakini hapo kwa dawa, I know they're talking about medicine, and that's Wanja Waharo and Junior Nyongo. And I'm going to remind you guys, because I am a big fan of tidbits. I'm a big fan of Did You Know? Mnaona easy to eat the beat that used to come on ETV, on Kenyan local TV that I've seen still happens. It's very weird. But yeah, this tidbits of, do you know a hippopotamus? A hippo can swallow you whole? Did you know? Without chewing. Like Jonah in the fish. Jonah, the way he was just swallowed like a pill by that samaki, and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of tidbits. So did you know that Junior Nyongo, the artist who has made this beautiful track, Dawa, one of my faves. If you're a Sheversations, then you know that Dawa is one of my favorite jams. Very chilled, very cutesy, very demure, like in a give, I'm rich and I don't have stress. It's giving I'm not a broke artist. It's giving my parents have money so I don't have to work for it. Screams in rejecting poverty. But anyways, yeah, that's Lupita Nyong'o's brother. Yeah, Lupita kasema, Hollywood, and Junior said the lakeside, right? But yeah, they're all living their best life. And shout out to beautiful music. And speaking of shout outs, in case you want to shout me out, you think I'm awesome, or you just want to say something, you want to speak to me directly, where you can do that is 0748 37 92 31. I'm gonna run that again for you. 0748 37 92 31. That is our Power Radio line. Our Power Radio line, right? If you contact us and you want to talk to me directly, sema mimi siwataki nyinyi, I want Carol, right? Especially if you're a man that loves Jesus. Yeah, okay. Tuanze hapo kwa bare minimum. Hizo zingine nitawauliza pale na kuanga with the whole interview format, right? You can be, what do you want in my inbox? What do you want? What are your intentions? When do you want to talk to my father? We don't like to waste time. No time wastage. And you can find me at Caroline_Murote on Instagram, at Carol Murote on TikTok. That's CAROL Murote, Caroline Murote on X, and on Facebook as well. And at Power Radio, same on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. And just in case you want to holla at us, you want to see what conversations we're having and jump on that train, that's hashtag Sheversations with Caroline Murote, and hashtag Power Radio, hashtag Art of Expression, hashtag Tune in, Power Up. And now I want you to tune in into another Blinky Bill jam, Amaje by Blinky Bill and Lisa Odor Noah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Sunset. All day and night. Power Radio. All day and night. Power Radio.
Manase kwenye mic. Nanjora wa Manjaro. Mini weni mouse. Tufike pale Disney, ribbon shati na blouse. Uliza Tom and Jerry kapati nataka clowns. Ama two stupid dogs, jusisi tuko down bet. Nimepanga nina space ya two. Date kama tunda, breakfast for two. Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko fi kucheza kama cartoons. Here you go, Pewa balloon, miss Cunningham, I'm your bear balloon. Call it serendipity, villain, I feel so due. Who knew to odd ones could even out the mood. Love TBT kama rapa magoo. Sweet kama pipi shika rapa I do. Si mas kwenda kinki pewa sweetie ya you. Ni mimi ni take it role play ni through. So come through, hapo kwangu kama 5+2. You like food, nina wagu in a sick na soup. You want proof, okay maybe ni kanyagu ya chum. Babora time na you, the rest si must to do. To vibe mama. Kama rumba mama, improvise na cham, hamna haraka hata. Mina wewe dada, ni time so tam sana. Songea karibu mama, hii ni just for you. Cause nimepanga nina space ya two. Date kama tunda, breakfast for two. Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons. Nimepanga nina space ya two. Date kama tunda, breakfast for two. Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons.
Dexter na Johnny Bravo. Tumekuja na ingine form juvenile. Sijui tukuite superwoman. Baby umeweza kama Kim Possible. Undeniable. Kelly tukaue. Ekangu tapye nuwe resident. Na kwa president. Maembe maukamba God nothing on you, yeah. Makwasi masoso ni meue. Ukangonye kusua. No aisieli kaiyele. Na kwa nina space for you, yeah.
Nimepanga nina space ya two. Date kama tunda, breakfast for two.
Breakfast for you.
Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons. Nimepanga nina space ya two. Date kama tunda, breakfast for two. Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons.
Cha baba, cha mama. Kalongolongo nivo. Apana, nivo. Apana, cha mama. Cha baba. Kalongolongo nivo. Apana, nivo. Apana.
Nimepanga nina space ya two. Date kama tunda, breakfast for two.
From sunrise to sunset. All day and night. Power Radio.
Already, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this beautiful Friday. I have a space for two. I have a space for you. And that is what Elsaf and Jora Manasseh Shalom are telling us. They're telling us that no, to corner space. Imagine somebody telling you, imagine uku tumeja, but for you, I have space. I'm always going to make space. That is a romance on the track, even if I do say so myself, because y'all know I'm a hopeless romantic. Like Mimi says this idea, I cannot be helped. Okay, but we thank God because Mungu halali. Okay, Blinky Bill, Chemitai, Sage, Sarah Mitari, Wambura Mitari, and Lisa Odor Noah wakatuambia Evo, and then pia tumeskiza Amaje. Because it's important to ask each other questions. Sasa hapo unaonaje? Blinky Bill and Lisa Odor Noor, such a dynamic, beautiful pair. They go well, vizuri like ugali na nyama. Na ile skuma ya jana. Okay, because the food is always better when it stays overnight. Right? All right. Yes, it is. It is. Me, I'm those people of enjoying leftovers, especially when ziko baridi. Have you guys ever had cold pizza? You have woken up in the morning and then you eat cold pizza ya jana. Sijui mbona ina slapping hivo. Ama ni poverty na to affect. Tumezoea. Anyways, what is happening? What's happening? And today we're looking into the digital art space. What's going on, in that spaces. So let's look into Podcast Pulse, right? Where we see Kenyan and African women making waves. They are making waves. So we have vernacular vibes. Watu wamesema tunaongea lugha ya nyumbani. Yes, nitokwaria tutaongea. You know, yes, let's see. I'm trying to get other ones, guys, because I know things. I'm a linguist. I am that other word that means that you can speak many languages. It's refusing to come because I don't know why we're talking about language and it won't come. But yes, kiabu, that's how you say I speak in Setswana. And ateta, that's what you say in isiXhosa. Yes, and vernacular vibes is the order of the day right now in the podcasting space, where we are seeing a lot of creators dropping podcasts in their local languages. Yes, and they're connecting with their communities to revive indigenous tongues. And it's dip. It's real. It's lit. It's litty, guys. And we are here for every single part of this vibe. Alafu pale tuangalia video podcast, guys. Our attention span is on 0. Tell me right now, if you're not driving, you're not walking, you're not doing chores. I want to meet personally so that you can advise me for life and prepare me to succeed in the future. People who listen to podcasts that are just audio, nothing, no visuals, while doing nothing. You just sit and you listen. You're not watching anything. Show me where those people are and call them. Call them right now immediately. They can't fix my life, because our attention span really mandates that if you're saying something, we want to see you. We want to see how your hands are moving around. Like, we have 0 attention span. Okay, we need to be captivated. So that's what's going on, right? That we're having an explosion of video podcasts where, you know, a good example is business coach Mary Wamai that left launching. She left banking. Akasema no, nyinyi na pesa zenu chafu. Sizitaki, because guys, the amount of blood money that banks keep. But let me stop being dramatic. So Wamai launched the Executive Table. So that's a video podcast that interviews top Kenyan CEOs and leaders. Yes, and akona pale some fire TikToks, you know, that trend once in a while, and you can find her on African Business. And reminds me of the Diary of a CEO, because the Diary of a CEO, guys, is it's life-changing. The fact that this man found a microphone and he decided, I'm going to look for really prominent people. I'm just going to need one, and they're going to connect me to the next one, until it is the most top-rated, you know, podcast when it comes to interviewing business-minded people, or rather people that have made it to the top of their game. Podcast of a CEO, Diary of a CEO, rather, you know. So he interviews CEOs, he interviews founders, creators, pioneers do it best, okay? Because they're forced to learn, So Mary Wamai is doing the thing, and she said, hey, I'm gonna look good while doing it. I'm gonna slay for all of you guys. And then pia tunangaliapa, you know, how the girlies are monetizing with creativity, where we have podcasters like G Money and Adele Onyango that are thriving through merchandise, through brand deals, through live events, and smart syndication. If somebody asks, okay, what are your sources of income? One of them is actually smart syndication. Like, it sounds like a crypto code. It sounds like the password to somebody's vault that has jewels from 1963. And it just sounds like something very expensive, right? Because we need different hustles, not hustle culture. No. But we just need just a lot of different ways to get us to make money, but that also make use of our creativity, because out here, some of us really were not made for those straight jacket things. Okay. And this is what it looks like, you know, supporting creators behind the scenes. We have AfriPods that was founded in Nairobi that now hosts a podcast in 50 plus African languages. Can you imagine? And it was the first on the continent to pay creators directly. No middlemen, no agents, nothing, even across the borders, right? And honestly, that's truly leveling the playing field, okay? If you can't do it like AfriPods, don't do it at all, okay? Don't do it at all. Now, let's look into what's happening, right? Especially in the space of digital art and visual creativity, and with the specific lenses on women that are leading the charge. In the space of mentorship for emerging creators, we have the Njabala Foundation and Aware, and they are running a 6-month mentorship program for young female curators in East Africa, and they'll get expert guidance and build their own exhibitions by mid-2025. Okay? Me, I want somebody to empower me to create an exhibition of my mind running overtime. All of those intrusive thoughts. Just imagine a whole segment of just intrusive thoughts. That's what I want. So if you feel like fueling my madness, okay, you want to be the method to my madness, please slide, by all means slide in the DMs, okay. And in the same beat, we have a powerful exhibition spotlight. So we have Out Be Empowered Eve, right, by Unpublished Africa, right, which is a series. It's a virtual show featuring women photographers across the continent, girlies that know how to frame things. They know how to shit things, are violent women that make their art beautifully, okay? They shoot you and they frame you. And these women are being celebrated for their resilience and for their participation in the creative economy, right? So that is a powerful storytelling. All right. So that's by Unpublished Africa. And you can head over, scoot, jump, and hop into their website to read more on the I'd Be Empowered If photography series. Now, we have also something beautiful happening also in the space of art, and how art is wholesome, how art is medicine, how art brings things together, puts things back together. And we have the example of Marian Jepkemboy Yego, who's just 21 years old, and she has founded Art for Wellbeing Foundation, where she uses art therapy to support students' mental health. Because students, guys, when you're trying to submit your assignment and the printer can smell the desperation, that's the time when tray 2 is not working and tray 1 has no paper. And then you get the paper, it's 10 minutes later, you are 35 minutes late for your class. And after the first hour, you're not allowed into the class, meaning that you will fail that assignment because you can't submit it later because you have missed the deadline. And so the IT technician comes back with paper because that's what you thought was a problem, only for you to realize that now it is out of ink. Now it's out of ink. Yeah. And you spent 3 days working on this assignment and you have also trust nighted. So students need a lot of therapy. If you're a student out there, I am sending you love. I'm very sad that I cannot send you money, but if some of these other people watching send me money, then I will send it to you guys. So just the holla to students everywhere, because we have been there. I've been there personally. And Marian Jepkemboy is saying, hey, I see you guys and I'm going to do it, right? And in 2024 alone, her workshops reached 100 plus peers, right? 100 plus of fellow students. And honestly, that's next level creativity. And now we have a story on bridging culture and AI, because AI is going nowhere. It might as well just be embraced because we're smart girls. We are smart girls. We are smart boys, and we're not going to be left behind. We are adaptable. So now we have UNESCO and Kenya exploring how AI can preserve heritage. Okay. How we can protect copyrights and support women artists, right? There's still a gap. I'm gonna have to say there's still a gap, but this could mean future grants or digital residencies, in the space of art, cultural heritage, and women artists, right? So that's something exciting to look forward to. And then we also have our exhibition celebration where we have powerful Kenyan women being shouted out at HOF Gallery in Kibera, that ran from April to June this year, where artists centered everyday women and their stories, their power, and this is just celebrating art that is grassroots, that is authentic, that is real, that is affirming to our identity as young Kenyans. And the story was covered by Waridi Media. And last but not least, we have community building in photography, right? The shooters and the framers are saying that African Women in Photography, that's AWIP, that was founded by Sarah Waiswa, is amplifying women and non-binary storytellers across Africa. And she had a recent collaboration in a photography series on women affected by neglected tropical diseases. And that's real. That's real work. That's a work that matters, and that's work that we celebrate. Yeah, so that's a part of what's been going on in the women's spaces, particularly with the lenses on the digital art space. And so let's continue celebrating one another online. Let us move this clicks into something meaningful, okay? Pay the girlies. Girlies, put your work out there, and people who want to celebrate the girlies, come on, support their work. You know, if you can't buy it, then publicize it, repost, reshare. We talk about community coming together, women holding hands to build each other up, and that's all. That's exactly what we are about. And before we get into today's powerful woman segment, because I know that you are excited just as I am, because there's no other acceptable way to be, we are going to listen to Chamtum. This is a Totia wa Tender Willy, and pia tutakuwa na Beba wa Tender Willy and Zenia Manasi. Enjoy.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
siku hizi nalala mapema. Hawataniteka, heri tu ninyonge na nilale juu sitakucheza. Nami nimekiri, yetu sio siri, ni wewe tu na mimi. Niamini.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
1005 songs in
See how I look when you move, see where you take credit to you do, see your kwangu pozangu. God when him true, got a better view, and since I met you, when do you nuru yangu? Fact of the matter, see my Christ is the answer. You got me, so I gotta get it. Raise up the banner, make him not forget it. Stop searching for truth on my socials, looking for answers, got promos. Sana jua, there's only one way. Ni yes, only one way.
My God is the biggest out there. I've been feeling the rap with them scriptures all over like, yeah. I know you like it, cause you know Jehovah's son is invited. And every time that he shows up, demons are finished. So there goes my heartfelt condolences to the enemy. I'm seated in heavenly places far beyond this reach. My advocate is Jesus, I'm enjoying immunity. Paid by the blood, restoration by the Father. I'm in the assembly of the firstborn, enrolled in the heavenly places of the dawn. Spirits of the Russians made perfect for God by the blood of the Lamb. Now I walk like him, don't like him. Reign with him and it calls me years. Made in his image, tell me do you see it? Son of the dawn, rapping my city, you heard? My God is the biggest out there. I've been feeling the rap with them scriptures all over like, yeah. I know you like it, cause you know Jehovah's son is invited. And every time that he shows up, demons are finished, so done.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Welcome back to Sheversations. Karibu. And yeah, so we are enjoying some good music. So we had Chantum, I told you something. Yeah, by our Tender Willie. And yes, so tukaonjeshwa beba by our Tender Willie and Zenia Manase. Tukaingia pale kwa Mungu ni Munoma, and it does not sound anything like that. But that's by 1005 songs, Shani and Word Omolo. So I hope that you're feeling that God is good in your life. I hope that you're feeling that you're serving a big God, because if God does not feel big to you, then you need perspective. You need God perspective, okay? That's the conversation. That's the chat, okay? And so what are we doing? We are shouting out a powerful woman this beautiful Friday, as we do. And it is the one, the only Julia Gaido. And this is a beautiful, powerful woman known as Jules, right? Popularly known as Jules. And why are we talking about her? Because she is a pioneer in her own right? And she matters because she is at the top of her game. She is a podcaster. She is a creator. She created So This Is Love. That's a podcast that's on Spotify. And it was Spotify's number one most streamed podcast in Kenya for 2023. Imagine. And if you want the receipts, find them on kbc.co.ke. Find it on FemHub, okay? I said it, I got receipts. And she's a platform builder, right? So she is a creator and the host. She didn't just create it, she's hosting it, right? So she'd be saying a lot on the mic, like me. Like me, we have so much in common. And she's also the co-producer and co-host of It's Related, I Promise. And on top of that, she's a founding member of the influential YouTube collective Over 25 that honestly took us through uko late 2010s. Tuambiane ukweli. We used to watch Over 25, Sisi Wote. We were watching it. And if you're not watching it, your friends are posting something that was said. And it was a very quotable show, podcast, YouTube channel. And honestly, in Kenya, they popularized, hi guys, welcome to my channel. So in case you don't know where that came from, guys, in Kenya, it was popularized by Over 25. The 4 beautiful women, and just Ivy Africa, another one of our faves, happens to be 1/4 of Over 25. And now here we're shouting out Jules. Yeah, we're grateful for that. And honestly, Jules is a recognized voice in Kenya because she sounds beautiful. She sounds sexy. She sounds, she just has those voices that sound like warm coffee in the morning and a nice dessert in the evening. She has a voice that makes you feel things, okay? And she was actually cited among Spotify's breakout creators of 2023 in Kenyan coverage, and her work is consistently profiled by Kenyan culture and tech outlets, right? She is quotable. She is quotable, right? Again, FemHub have documented this, and you can also find this on KenyanVibe.com. And she has so much ahead of her, right? Because so This Is Love is new. It is new and currently has a 4.9 out of 5 rating on Apple Podcasts, right? And this is from a number of 150 plus ratings. And you can find some of the statistics on Spotify for creators and Apple Podcasts. Now let us see the beginnings, the origins of this superstar Julia Gaitho. So for her earlier life, right, she participated in public writing. She's been quite a creative from a young age, right? And she had a Kenyan rooted upbringing, had a close relationship with her mother, right? Just a close mother-daughter bond. We get this from a bunch of interviews and stalking her on the socials, and she had quite a bit of time in London, in the UK, where they're eating biscuits and the crumpets. And I don't know why we say that. It's embarrassing. And we should stop doing this fake accents. We should stop it. Okay? But Kukwa Majuko, that's where we had her voice sharpened as a storyteller. And in her own words, she says, I will always say London saved my life. Alienda huko kwa koloni na akapenda, guys. So ukipata nafasi ya kuenda huko majuu wenda, you might be the next Jules Gaitho. Lakini ya nanga fake accent yake ni real because alienda UK London. Alienda huko London, maisha London ameshaishi. So y'all don't be hating. And you know something I noticed about a lot of the people that she interviews, guys? Watu wameenda majuu. Na huku wamesomea shule expensive, na wenye wakusomea shule expensive wako na sauti expensive. Guys, have you actually listened to So This Is Love? Because wow, Sophia na Bumpy li trend. That podcast trended because wow, vumbi tulikula sisi as a nation. We were all of us traumatized together. Okay? And if you know Risa Trisa, who the F did I get married to? Who the F did I marry? Yes, I think that's the name of the series. Mnakumbuka hiyo, the US lady who married somebody who was a pathological liar, who made up a whole life, and she found out that she was married to somebody as cuckoo. Okay, is a lot of the stories, and So This Is Love, because it's story centered around love, and she's the kind of person that builds a media space that sounds like home, guys. And me, I love it. I love it for all of us. I love it for her. I love the kind of content she makes. And let's talk about let's dig into that. Let's look at the things that she has achieved. Right. We already mentioned Over 25. But this in case you don't know what it is, in case this is your first time, you've been living under a rock, and you just came back back to civilization. We forgive you, and we are going to tell you who over 25 are or what that is. And four beautiful women, that co-founded and fronted a very candid women-led show. And her co-hosts were Ivy Mogo, Lonzi Machemi, and Shiki, right? And that shaped Kenya's millennial Gen Z discourse on relationships, on adulting and career. Like, those girls were coming and spilling the tea on everything. Everything. They were telling you everything, like, oops, it's oopsie baby. Oh, me and my man. Oh, this relationship, me and my mother. Like, the girls have been spilling the tea for the longest time, and we loved it because it really shaped how conversations look like on air. And they are pioneers. Like, I love it, love it, love it. And they formally closed their channel. I was very sad in May 2023. And that was widely covered in the city of paparazzi, in Nairobi, kwa mtandao, the streets of, netizens pale in TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. But it was like, oh, wamekosana, sijui nini. But yeah, we can see that they're doing well individually, and I love it, love it, love it for them. And then, so This Is Love is her podcast, right? It's very intimate. It has narrative interviews on love, on heartbreak and self-discovery. And like we already said, the country's most streamed podcast in 2023. And so it has it has Julia as a creator as well as the host. And that's something that you should listen to, honestly. Kama unapenda udaku. You like learning from other people's mistakes. You want to hear how other people have suffered. Go and listen to So This Is. It will inspire you to make wise choices, especially pale kwa mapenzi, because you're gonna be like, You remind me of Bumpy. I don't want. If it's not smooth, I don't want it. Alafu Pia, she participates in It's Related, I Promise, also a podcast, and it's a popular roundtable show where Jules co-produces and co-hosts conversations with creators such as Sharon Mashira and Noni Moshiri, and she has partnerships like Fingo Africa, just underscoring her commercial savvy. She's just a fire girl, fire. And she's also a journalist. She interviews people. She does long form sit down interviews, on NTV, Capital FM, and she's the kind of person that gives culture points, that honestly reflect how she thinks about love, about grief, purpose, and the business of content. And honestly, this is a girl who just exists in the truest nature of herself, and she decided to make it pay. And what impact has that had? So she is rated 4.9 out of 5 on Apple Podcast. Point one is just to keep her moving and growing. It's like when the teacher was going to give you 100% and they decided to give you 98% to humble you or to show you that there is room for growth, even if you had gotten all the correct answers. That's the Spotify and Apple Podcast equivalent to that. That is very rare for a Kenyan independently produced podcast, guys. Take my word for it. And she has quite some national is from where? National recognition, right? And she's been widely cited in the 2023 Spotify Wrapped coverage as Kenya's #1 podcast. We're gonna keep saying, and she's been flagged among the breakout creators. Yes, and she's had a lot of conversations on mainstream TV, on radio interviews. Yeah, she come. We have a chat with her here on Conversations. That would be nice. But let's hear, speaking of chatting, let's hear some of the chat. What she's been saying, she's been telling us, and I quote, from a 2018 blog, I always say London saved my life, and we're just talking about the different experiences of people depending on their background, diaspora and somebody, reinvention and having a global perspective that really merges well with her Kenyan storytelling and her Kenyan experiences. Pia akasema, my motivation and drive came from a place of non-resistance rather than resistance. She's like, I don't want to fight. If you're... Those are my intrusive thoughts. Every time I break out into songs, just know that I'm slowly losing control of my brain, my body. It's an issue. It's an issue, Right. But she says that she has accepted herself. She's not interested in burnout. She's not interested in fighting for things. And that's how motivation and drive, like non-resistance, like just chill and let it happen, let it be. And I would say she's doing well for herself. Nakasema Pia, the juice of life is in the process of moving to the sweet spot. You said this girl is all about the soft life. I like it. Not even in the sweet spot. So this is highlighting process versus outcome. It's not about the end. You will never reach the end because as long as you're alive, ufikangi mwisho, right? So focus on the process, the journey. Stop and smell the flowers. Look at the sun. Just enjoy, And that's really perfect for creators who are navigating long arcs. You don't understand where it's going, but value that there's beauty in this process. And finally, she says, no one can make you happy but yourself, right? You decide what makes you happy and figure out how to get it. Actually, that was the second last because I have one more where she says the same rules just don't apply for women, right? And today, because we are celebrating women and powerful women, just highlighting this as a feminist lens that informs different curation of her guest care, understanding that no, there's a certain way that women are treated, and she wants to be gentle and she wants to offer women what is not offered to women in the industry. So she is very intentional with how she conversates with women, understanding that no, women are rated differently, and I'm going to take a note. I'm going to take stock of that in our conversations. So that is Julia Gaither, superstar, powerhouse, and why are we celebrating her today? She has normalized vulnerability, okay, in a beautiful way. She has done such a good job of normalizing it in the Kenya's audio space, and she's proved that having intimate and well-produced conversations can actually get you to trend. You don't have to shake your bum. If that makes you happy, do it. I don't know about the outcomes. Don't know. But yeah, just having conversations pays. Okay, and she's done a good job, and she's doing it on YouTube, on podcasts, on broadcast interviews, and what she's doing is that she has created pathways for other women podcasters, because she's showing that it's possible, right? And in doing this, she's building a community and not just an audience, right? Because her shows they catalyze healing and self-reflection for women in their 20s and 30s listeners, not just women, humans, right? Who are navigating love, grief, and growth. And I'm excited to see what she has in store for us, because so far the episodes of So This Is Love that I have listened to, and all the episodes of Over 25 that I watched way back when, were inspirational. They were beautiful. They were entertaining. And I believe that she is a powerful woman in her own right. And me dropping you into the safe and able hands of ability by 1005 songs, because that's how I'm feeling right now. That was Powerful Woman, and I'll be back in just a short bit.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
1005 songs and
And he
more.
said I can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out west. I know west. He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know west. Yeah, I know west. All things possibility with God of ability. Possibility. All things possibility with God of ability.
They call me Shana the Dawn. Yaga. And Shana got ability like Yahweh. He suppressed the kings of the underworld, my way. Rock of the ages, ancient of days, lily of the valley and the bright and morning star. Anything is possible with him. He raised up the dead after days in the grave. Parted the sea for the nation in a minute. He'll answer your matter in less than a minute.
I can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out west. I know west. He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know west. Yeah, I know west. All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility.
the stuff, you always stepping up. Endless possibilities, salute the Holy Trinity, yeah. See, no eye ever seen it, no ear ever heard it. I know man can't conceive it. The good things in store for those who love him. I'm ready now to see the impossible.
And he said I can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. It's the one going out west. I know west.
He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know west. Yeah, I know west.
All things possibility with God of ability. Possibility. All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility. And he said I can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. It's the one going out with I know with
He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know west.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this.
I can't help but feel punished. I can't help but feel vanished in shadows of those walking behind me. Those I light the way for. Those are nurtured, pain and explained and paved the way for. Down to public shaming, tired of blaming, pointed fingers, hot cold, feigning joy, lucking bars, smoking cranium as my head bobbing, eyes sobbing from police tear gas. Down the chicks trickling, buzz face sickly, frown, look around, sick in thoughts, puzzling, joining, troubling doors, puffing, sniffing, make your groove, guzzling, drinking, take your shots, posing, much to prove, chained up, bleeding in the cold, size colder people move.
Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Bidi bada get murdered. Kakitungu he bit ni tia Jaka waka omera my guy. Titushani mbogwa my guy. Wanja nimekuja kipan fan kamjesh. Yani Regency kamlesh. Hini recently yani come fresh. Kuchenga sheng na sense jenga peng call me the alchemist. On a battlefield with my iron fist. Just turn this bitch into a smoke dish, smoke split, pass you, ha. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, Listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know. Music is our food for show. We got this.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Okay. Show like this, never been show like this about anything, yeah. Oh, Nico into deep, oh Nico into deep, I'm drowning in your love. Na 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 na, yeah. Eternity has never felt this possible in my life. Oh yeah, oh yeah. In you I see everything I wished for, baby. Everything I need and more. Everything I need and more. Sauti yako yapunguza pressure, tabia zako zanipendeza, na moyo wangu watulia nikikufikiria. Hey, and I can't wait for forever. Penzi unanitenda and I love you, yeah. Ooh, unanitosha malaika. Unanitosha malaika. Hey, your smile, darling. Your smile, darling, brightens up my day. An extra mile, baby. I'll go an extra mile just to keep that smile alive, yeah. Oh, you're a dream come true. Oh, you're a dream come true. I'd do anything for you. Oh, oh, oh. I hope you say you do. I hope you say it do when I propose to you one day. Yeah, yeah. Juu sauti yako yapunguza pressure, tabia zako zanipendeza, na moyo wangu watulia nikikufikiria. Hey, and I can't wait for forever. Penzi unanitenda and I love you, yeah. Ooh, unanitosha malaika. Ooh, unanitosha malaika. Ooh, unanitosha malaika. Ooh, unanitosha malaika. Sure like this, never been sure like this about anything, anything. B.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
And that is Be the Artist featuring August for making us feel, hey, sure like this. No, I'm not sure actually. It's not make sure. I'm not sure. That was such beautiful music. And right before that, we were jamming to the boom bap. The boom bap. That's Terushani M3, Wanja Wahara Sensei, and Safan Njara on We Got This. Is my kind of a hip hop. It's old school 90s vibe. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And before that, we had Ability by 2005 songs and Odomolo Nashani. So that's a beautiful, beautiful jam. Definitely a favorite here on Sheversation. Yes, and what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So we are continuing a conversation that we had started last week on Afrocentric feminism and with regards to art. how do we keep it real? How do we keep it authentic? And how do we do a good job of representing ourselves and presenting ourselves in advocacy spaces and the kinds of things that we need to look into, for us to do good work that actually matters. And we just looked at the different perspectives, the different theories of, what is Afrocentric feminism? What is that? Because nowadays people really like to brand themselves. Lakini hatuwaelewi, like, am I not a woman? Why must I be an Afrocentric feminist? Those are the questions. Alafu tukaangalia, things like we looked at ancestral, storytelling. We looked at, what does it look like in the contemporary media and what can we do to make it intentionally, and jumping into our folk tales. Can those be a part of our storytelling when our films and our, stories get on Netflix? Is there anything that's going to make me feel Kenyan when I watch that show? Something that my grandmother can relate with in that film. And just reminds me of South Africa as a nation, and the media industry in South Africa is so good. Is so good in upholding traditional and cultural, the beauty of diversity is celebrated so well. One of my favorite shows in from South Africa is called Isibaya, where they host, and these are very modern people. If you find as girlies and there's boys on their everyday lives, they're living the city urban life, the cool kids, right? But in that show, the setting is between Johannesburg, the city, and rural South Africa, where a young girl from Johannesburg goes home, and is fathered by a polygamous man who has a bougie city wife and a village wife. Yes, and her village wife died. Did she die or was she alive? I'm trying to remember, right? Anyways, there's this daughter and she goes to the village to get ready for her umemula, which is her coming of age, 16 years, ceremony where you become a debutante. You are launched into the world, you can start getting suitors for marriage as per the Zulu culture, also in some spaces, the Xhosa culture. And so she went to the village so that she can be taught the ways of her people, because she's grown up in the suburbs, she's grown up in the city scrapers, she's grown up in penthouses because her father is a rich man. And she meets this young guy, this young Zulu man who's so traditional. And let me tell you, I just fell in love with the storytelling. I fell in love with the culture, because you have very modern people and you have a juxtaposition of very urban Africanness, right? Very urban Johannesburg versus rural South Africa. And it's the same people across the board. They show how those different cultural landscapes come together in the characters, in the storytelling. And you want to go there. You want to experience those ceremonies. You want to go to the village in South Africa and fall in love with a Zulu man. And yes, Isibaya is something that you can look out for if you are into South African series. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about, how our stories told in contemporary media, and particularly as women and as people that call themselves or ourselves feminists. How does this actually play into the way that you create your art? We looked at design activism. We talked about, listen, wear your Bantu knot, girl, and understand why you're wearing them, right? You can wear them because they're cute. Understand the stories of women who had dreadlocks. If you have dreadlocks, understand why does this matter culturally? How did it? So let me tell you an interesting stories, because I love me some stories of how the name dreadlock. So this is a story I heard, okay? I'm not here to verify it. So this is a story, whether it's true or not, sijui, but it sounds very true. So I was told that the reason why dreadlocks are called dreadlocks is because during the transatlantic slave trade, again, I said I don't know how true this is, that these humans that were taken on ships for months and months across the sea, because even the sea technology was not as advanced as it is now, the time period it took, and they were just being stacked on top of one another, defecating, urinating on one another, bodies lying down, trigger warning. And this is how these bodies were being kept on the boats. In case you don't know how our brothers and sisters who have foreheads and noses like us ended up uko America, uko Maju, uko Jamaica, uko Sijui Caribbean, it's because they were abducted, they were sold off as slaves for 99% of the black people, uko mbali, in those places. And their hair would grow and their hair would mat together. And then the white men started calling them dreadlocks because it's a dreadful locking of your hair. Yes. And now in Kenya, bringing it back home, it was a form of resistance. Dreadlocks were a form of resistance, and explains why police and a lot of authority figures and a lot of I want to present myself as a respectable member of society people don't like the idea of dreadlocks, especially on men, because the Mau Mau, the freedom fighters in our country, decided that dreadlocks was how they would resist against the colonial powers, because now the colonial powers, the missionaries, one form of oppression, one form of pacifism was cut your hair, black man. Nigga, you better cut your hair, right? And they said, hey, you're not going to tell me what to do with my hair. So dreadlocks was a form of resistance in our country. And this is an example of how currently right now, when you're creating as a woman, put value, let whatever it is that you're doing, the aesthetic, in design, if your activism and your advocacy is in fashion, or that's what you're choosing to use as a medium to send out messages that create impact, decide what the message is. What are you actually telling people? Do you know the story of this Afro comb? Do you know the story of this dance? Do you know the story of this instrument? So other than enjoying the pleasant value, the commercial value of this thing, how it makes you feel, also know what are the roots, and that really matters in this kind of feminism. Yes, and we spotlighted the film and moving image space, where we talked about how Munyiri Kahio, coined Afro bubblegum, because if you watched Rafiki, then you know that they're all about there with their pink braids and looking cutesy and looking fun and fierce and frivolous, and we love it. So another example of a very Afrocentric feminist, who's doing a thing with her art is Thandiwe Morio, which I love, because Thandiwe is beloved. Yes, one of my also names, guys, because I have them, is Siam Tanda and Tandeka. So Tandiwe is right there. Tandiwe is she's loved, like beloved, right? Tandeka means lovable, and I am Tandeka, so I love me some Tandiwe. So Thandiwe Morio has a CAMO series, CAMO series, that reimagines contemporary Kenyan portraiture with textiles, hair architecture, and proverbs, right? And she flips beauty standards. She's like, I'm gonna shock you people, and you're gonna like it. And this is a quote by her. She says, here in Kenya, photography is very male dominated. Watch me. Can I just tell you that one of my first hustles, in my first attempt, I told you I've had several attempts of formal education in the tertiary institution, Pale Varsity, in the hills of Forte University in Alistown, Eastern Cape, South Africa. One of my first hustles was I was a photo woman. That's what they call you. A photo woman. Yeah, the girl with the camera. So that was me. And something interesting, very curious that used to happen is that we would have, those of us that were doing press for events, whatever kind of event in the university, would have special access, to that space where you can stand. So you're not standing with the crowd because of your equipment and everything. So sometimes it was called the VIP access. Sometimes it was called press access. Tell me why I would be standing there with my camera, me as a camera woman. And a man comes and places his tripod and his whole setup in front of me, where I am already recording the show. You come and this happened to me for 2 years at almost every event. And I was like, oh my God, it's because I'm a woman. It's because I'm a woman. Like, you don't think I'm doing anything serious. You don't even have the courtesy to say, can I stand here? Like, okay, disregard the fact that I'm doing anything serious, but have the common decency to ask me, because you can see that I'm working. But because I'm a woman, I can't be taking serious footage. But okay, if that's the assumption, why not just say, hey, I can see you're recording, but can I set this up? Like, give me the opportunity to prove you wrong. And that's how much the disregard is. So I fully relate with Thandiwe when she says that the male, the photography industry is extremely male dominated, and not in a pleasant way. There's places where we want lots of men, like where there's heavy lifting to be done. No, there's no feminist bone in my body. And a lot of girlies can agree. Like, why am I here lifting things like I'm in the gym? There's no reason, guys. Honestly, like I'm gonna lift you up in prayer. Beyond that, we leave it to the Lord. All right. But in the photography space, let the girlies capture. We know beautiful things. We are beautiful things. We know how to capture beautiful things. Give us a chance. Stop standing in front of us at shows, guys. That's rude. And then we have a South African, Zanele Moholi, and she's a self-described visual activist. I love it. I love it. I love it. And she's been documenting Black queer lives, and this is called Faces and Faces and Faces. So that's faces for uso, you know, your countenance here on the top of your neck. This one between your forehead and your chin. The contents there, face, that word. And faces as in season, like I'm going through a phase of something. I was faced when she told me. Yeah, so that the name of her series is Faces and Faces Somnyama Ngonyama, right? And she says, I consider myself a visual activist first and foremost. So you can go look up her work on 1854 photography and also on Tate.com. Now let's look into what Afrofeminism looks like. Afrocentric feminism in visual arts and performance. What does that look like? We have a girly showing us, a girly doing the thing, a girly telling us how it can be done best. And her name is Wangeshi Moto, and she's done it in a Kenyan space into the global space. And she has very mythic and body politics collages and sculptures that challenge colonial and sexist gazes. So she presents her work in the Brooklyn Museum, right? And she has facade works at the Met. Guys, do you know what it means to have your work displayed at the Met? Yes, the Met, the place where the Met Gala happens, the place where Vogue and Versace and Dolce and Gabbana. Do you know that that's big? That is huge, okay? And she is widely documented. Look her up. This Wangeshi Moto. We have Ato Malinda, right? She's a Kenyan performance and video producer that probes gender, history, and queerness, right? And she has very Pan-African exhibitions, right? And she's somebody that curates art that actually makes a difference for her community. And next we have Bahia Shehab from Egypt. She is the creator of the No and 1,000 Times No graffiti lexicon from the Arab Spring. And if you know something about Saba Saba, you know something about the Soweto uprising, you know something about resistance, then the Arab Spring falls right along there. And she did it in Arabic calligraphy as a feminist dissent. Like, as a woman, I say no and 1,000 times no. Love it, love it, love it, love it. That's Bahir Shehab for you from Egypt. And then we have Allah Satir from Sudan. And she's just curating women-led revolution murals from 2018 to 2019, reclaiming street walls for civic voice. So, hey, how about we make this bullet holes beautiful? How about we make this cracks the roots of a tree and tell a story of this village, tell a story of this people, tell a story of this country, and put my name there so that they can know that a woman said it. A woman carries the history of this country, not just in her bones, in her ovaries, in between her legs, but also in her mouth, on the tips of her fingers, because that is exactly what we achieve when women artists have a lot to say. They, go out there, rise in dissent, and advocate for something beautiful, something meaningful, and something lasting. And this is the humans that create babies. We know how to create lasting things because look at all of you. Look at all of you existed, and yet a woman created you. I mean, for the most part, we know there was a man there somewhere in the picture, and that's okay because we are all about collaborative feminism. I've been saying for the longest time that the African feminist is one that believes in collaboration and partnership, with the man. We're not fighting men. We value men, and women can be strong in the presence of men as long as we have been given our due space to do whatever it is that God created us to do. Okay? All right. And now Are there any challenges? Are there any problems in these spaces? We are going to look into that, but let's go on a cutie music break, and let's listen to Disco by Kadong Clan, and then come back and listen to the problems so that we can fix them real quick.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Lando kwaro abebe wangelero kwaro iromo dendo ya wamayo iromo pako ya wamayo imi adhi ongora ya wani mi ala ongora tombo girungu nyocho luisa tomano kumarungu nyocho luisa umini ukinyo wachilavu we masando ya kama ukara chonyo ni wachilavu miya mudo kama umina chibela wachilavu we masando ya kama ukara chonyo ni wachilavu miya yoro mudo kama Original Dangla style. Yeah, East African time. Na wakaribisha ndani ya kodong. Usikute vitu bila kondom. Kuna champagne for the pain. Top player best in the game. Kelume, dance. Ongeza mavitu na makudade. Hakuna masanse, kuna masensi. Kukatana na kukata maji. Ukialikwa kwa wanati. Lazima makonking come jabaranking. Kaza. A drinks on the house, mazadi wamefika, watoto wenye class vile wanachachisha na tukilancheki vile kuna badilika, good vibration na kuna kasirika. Kina mina wamewasha kingdom, samina wanawaka na kibong. Madoba za Kodong Clan wana sing along bila thong renderong kwa machom tuko zone. Big tune, big sound tunafinya kama sembe, mix ya dance solo hangla mulembe. Ngoma tamu sana zinacheza kama stenje, tuko disco tumepull up tuko genje. Yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Oh. And a steady decline of talent. So that was Disco by Kodong Clan. And somebody's being invited to our disco. Invite me out. Like in disco ya Yesu. That's my standard, okay? Igwe disco ya Yesu, me, I will come. I will dance with you. Come and disco ya Yesu. And you have Jesus-like intentions, all right? Like dying for me, like paying for... No, I'm joking. That's a terrible joke. Ooh. Delete. Control, Alt, delete. Okay. All right. Already. Yeah. So Community and craft economies. What does it actually look like when Afrocentric feminism involves itself in empowering the community, right? Kazuri beads, that's a Kenyan brand, is a woman-stuffed ceramics brand turning craft into stable employment and export. Get the girlies paid, okay? And brand our country by selling beautiful things. That's the beginning and the end of it. Nothing else needs to be said there. But yes, we said we're going to get into the issues. The issues is that, kukuna, a lot of gatekeeping. There is a lot of trauma-only funding. I will only fund you if it is traumatic, traumatizing. Guys, don't hear what I'm not saying, okay? I'm not saying that traumatizing things should not be funded. Everything that women need should be funded. What I am saying is that now you've decided that you are just going to make a monument out of our pain that doesn't really pay us. That's not how we want things, right? And the issue is this, that donors and media often only bankroll poverty porn. What is poverty porn? No, nobody is taking out their mujols in Kibera and touching somebody with it. No. Poverty porn is, let me go to Mathare and take beautiful selfies in the slums because that would be so rad. That would be so cool. That is poverty porn. Poverty porn is when you enjoy constantly putting out images that display us as Africans and us as women. You like the pictures with the babies that are starving with the flies on their faces, makamasi. Like, let me, even if you're poor, they have clothes to wipe the makamasi. It is there. They can afford the clothes. That's what they do. Even our mothers who were not necessarily poor, they also use their t-shirts to wipe our makamasi. There is no mother who has not used a t-shirt to wipe makamasi off of their child's face, okay? So that it's giving poverty porn when the only pictures you want to take of girls, of women, is them carrying firewood. It's okay. But like, what about the rest of us looking cutie and demure? What about the beautiful girls with the afro that are not suffering? Okay, the ones with the beautiful stories who understand the value of their hair. Stories that are not about prostitutes on River Road and outside of hotel, is it called 690, 360? I don't know. Okay, the red light corners of Nairobi, red light corners of Kenya, red light corners of Africa. That's what donors want. They want to show us in our most vulnerable state as if that is everything about us. No, that is just but a fragment of what the African story is, what the woman story is in this continent, right? And yeah, joy, fantasy, romance, those are trivial, okay? So yeah, with Kahio's Afro bubblegum, alikasirisha watu, because it's like, why are you showing these women as happy? Are they not supposed to be miserable? We can be happy, guys. We are happy, okay? Girlies in the slums are happy, okay? They might not have chosen to be there, but there's an element of joy in their stories, the games they play, the skills that they learn that make them better people. There's a lot to be grateful for because every environment comes with its joys. So why are we not telling complete and nuanced stories is what I am saying in this space. So how do we fix that? Because we already have Munyiri Kahio's example, we are going to add Afro bubblegum clauses in a festival and commission briefs. Like, we don't just want to see the skinny girls with the afros and the babies with the makamasis. We also want to see girls with some pink braids on some skates looking nice with glitter on their faces. Can we please just demolish the picture of poverty from our lives? That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, okay? And we need to have a joyful, non-deficit narrative per sale. Like a quota, we are doing affirmative action in the Afrocentric feminist art that we're doing. Like, we're really tired of this, bruised and beaten and battered narratives. That's not everybody's story. And when it is your story, that's not your story every day of your life. Can we stop reducing female and female-centric stories to the trauma? Poverty porn, trauma porn is not it. It is not it. What else can we do? We build women-only juries for certain grants, certain projects, right? Who actually decide. They decide. what they are going to what they actually want when it comes to the aesthetics, value aesthetics, and just being very culturally specific, like, hey, actually Black Panther people, I don't think that somebody from this tribe, a woman, would wear this, because in this tribe and this culture that you're representing in your film, this is what it actually means. Okay, just a lot of cultural ignorance of how to represent women, especially when we take a cultural lens glitching. Yeah, it's that time of the day when you're supposed to be eating food and fixing this problem so that we don't glitch. I am not a robot. I promise. Okay. So yeah, just in our creativity, not just looking at impact, like, oh my God, it's trending. They love the starving Maasai women. They loved the women with the shriveled breasts with 6 children whose father ran away in the village with cracked ground, as if you couldn't find a beautiful patch of grass to record that video, and you just had to look for the most impoverished, suffering, and yet there are fat children behind the camera, but you took the skinny ones, and number 5 is not even this woman's baby. Y'all are weird. Stop it, okay? We are upset with censorship, okay? Because whatever it is not your typically feminine value, whatever is not your typically feminine look or typically feminine aesthetic, not everybody is a soft and round. Not everybody's gonna look like me, okay? Some of the girlies out here that are fire, they look like they're models, okay? They look like those models that people come to look for in South Sudan. That's what they look like, okay? Can we actually normalize presenting what is strong and bold, not just as titties and bald heads? Okay, because it's fine if you want to do that. Not my preference at all. Actually, I do not recommend. Put your titties away. They're cute, but just cover them just a little bit, okay? But can we actually have nuance in how we represent African bodies, okay? Not everybody is going to look like your version of feminine. Not every woman wants to wear this cutie skirts. There are some very, if I would say, very male presenting women that are actually not queer, that are erased because, no, you're not girly enough, so your story does not matter. What is girly enough? What does that actually mean? I don't need to be wearing pink and painting my nails every day and wearing high heels in order for me to be feminine. Me being feminine is me having ovaries and God having decided that I was a woman, okay? And that's all the validation that I need. And we need to tell all of these girls' stories so that we stop putting people in corners because they don't fit the bill, all right? And the last thing that we're doing here is that we are financing women artists. Hever Fund is doing a great job. Shout out. Young Women Creative Fund and Ignite Culture East Africa are doing a good job. And what we're going to continue doing in this space is packaging art as IP-backed businesses, right? Meaning that you get royalties for your art, you get licensing for your art, and you get editions, right? This is something that keeps coming back. It's the gift that just keeps on giving when you understand how to legalize your intellectual property and get it to make money for you, and also learning how to renegotiate a revenue share microloans, right? Like tying payments to sales and not rigid dates. And Hever Fund has such a beautiful creative industry model. And you should also come to Power 254 and learn a bit about branding yourself as an artist who cares about artivism, who cares about Kenya, and has a beautiful story to tell. So we have talked about so many things on this particular topic. And my question to you is, whenever you hear the word African feminist, what do you think? Because I think Wangari Maathai. I don't even think the girlies that are trending. I mean, I like them, but I think Lupita Nyong'o. Why? Because she really went and did a thing, Ukomaju, and everybody knows she's Kenyan. Everybody knows, her and her twanging Swahili and her Spanish. She didn't even grow up here for a big portion of her childhood. And we still know about Kenya because of her. We know Wangari, the whole world knows about Wangari Maathai. She's a superstar whose story will never stop being told. And for you, what does it look like for you to be an Afro-feminist, okay? What does it actually look like? And how are you going to create this narrative to say that I want, when women think about African women and when we talk about celebrating and advocating for the visibility and the humanization of African women and giving platform to those spaces, funding those spaces so that women can continue to thrive in all spheres of African women's lives, what picture comes to you? You know, is it the starving women that we see in the media, the killed, the body parts, the dehumanization of all of the abused women who we keep highlighting and trivializing and trending, but not actually changing? What do you see? And for you that calls themselves an Afrocentric creative, that is a woman, that is a feminist, what are you doing to actually put Africa, to put womanhood at the forefront, and using art to do the same so that other girls can have the power to say what they need to say when their time comes? That's the whole point. That's the whole purpose, for you to exist and live freely and fully and give another person the power to do the same. So go and find out who you truly, really are. Me, I'm a child of God, a daughter of the Most High. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. And he happened to decide that I would be born in Nairobi, Africa, Palagashie, Kiambu County, as a Kikuyu girl. And that's all of that is a part of my identity. So if I want my voice to be heard, you're going to hear a lot of those stories of how I grew up, the cultures that influenced me, and what I believe and what I hope to aspire. So I can't wait to hear your stories. 0748-379231 at Power Radio on all platforms. That is Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X. And at Caroline_Murote on Instagram, at Carol Murote, CAROL. On Murote on TikTok, and Caroline Murote on Facebook and X. So I hope that you have a beautiful weekend. Please, please, please enjoy your weekend. And I'm going to see you guys on the flip side. So bye-bye.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Niko na visa, niko kwa simu na nasikia bashi meshika. Je, kuna madem, kuna maniga, maodine wamekuja kuchachisha. Ninajificha, sitaki picha, kubabae, sitaki vita. Nashikisha na mavela mabichwa, na tukishikwa jo mapel Mona Lisa. Tutoke BND, twende BNB, niko DND. Usijam, I will be RB, I will be RB.
Mihadarati zishaanza kunidanganya hadi najishuku sana, zimelipu zimenichanganya napenda vitu si ufanya vile inafaa. Erobog na matin. Eyonaka. Erobog na matin. Abiro kikomando, kiritala jumi niko na mado, wenye vipindi na musonge kando, esima tu sama poso chopo, chololo, chololo. Nobody can party like we do. Wamoke girumba kokwarawe blues, kinena kalingi kipani ya sim. Meditation yaka bed ni soya design bololo, anebo che bololo. So please no, okadwa jo machendo oh bololo, anebo che bololo. So please no, okadwa jo machendo oh. Mihadara zishaanza kunidanganya hadi najishuku sana, zimelipu zimenichanganya napenda vitu si ufanya.
Miadarati zishaanza kunidanganya hadi najishuku sana, simelimbu Maximus,
Ogna Martin,
hey, and na 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 na. Cordon, yeah. Cordon. Nico DND.
Mutoto ya Pamela.
I'll be right back. Tell him I'll be woo.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.